Okay, believer, let's jump right into this chart. So let's jump right into the chart. All right, you've seen, as I said last week, the market got to our area of target and it went up. That's for boom 300. Every market did 200 to boom 300 did over 1,000 plus pips. Okay, that's just last week. Both buy and sell, I was able to milk from it. Why? Because I know what I'm doing. You understand? The same principles and concept I keep on teaching. So what I'm doing, I'm removing all the minor zones. Let's look at the bigger picture and actually have what we are analyzing for today. So let's jump right into this. Okay, for the weekly area. Okay, this market broke out, went above and came back in. Okay, I'm seeing this as a reversal, but you know what it is. You can't assume, you can only anticipate and prepare for the best. So this market went above, started the week above this area and came back down. This could just be like a retracement to bounce up. So let me just pull my minor zones for tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm expecting it, if it's possible, it comes into this area here, then it bounce off to the top side. First level target is going to be 2971. Second is going to be here. Then let's see, let's zoom out and look to the left. Yeah, I'm expecting it to come to this weekly area, but for now, okay, my next immediate area, I'm expecting it to come into 2751. This is not for my entry, I'm just doing my overview for the week, but currently I'm very much bullish on boom 300 due to everything that I'm seeing. And in some days this will be the ending of July, you get me? And looking at my screen currently, this market is bouncing off the 61% retracement area. So let's just see how today closes and see what happens around here tomorrow. It's like it's this whole area here. You get me, guys? It's like it's this whole area here, but we need reaction. We need to see structure and aligning. We need to see everything aligning to give us the entry before we hop in. So for boom 300, I'm very much bullish. After this session, I'm going to be going on an interactive session with the relief trader, and if you want to join us, send a DM and we will get back to you immediately. So the link is in the description. Send a DM to join others. And also looking at boom 500, this baby, I also banked on this last week. Remember, I told you guys to pay attention around here. It went up a little bit and dropped around approximately 500 pips. Yeah. So all you have to do, I can never overemphasize the fact that this market moves from zones to zones. You can see after it came here, giving us more than one touches, that's triple touches up that area, it bounced to the upside and it didn't give us a reversal until it got here, structure and everything aligned. So what I'm doing currently, let me mark out this area. It's possible it still have some selling strength. This is the first area here. When today closes, this is going to be an area, the immediate support. So I'm going to put that, but let's say I'm expecting it to come into 3981 and also here. So if it breaks here, then I'll do area analysis, but I'm expecting it to come into this weekly area, because if you look at the weekly zone, the weekly candle last week closed on an engulfing bearish candle. This could be a retracement to take it all the way down here, but nevertheless, this is just the analysis. You need to keep on showing up during the week if you need to. Okay, I will advise you to come back to this video, watch it again so that you can have the bigger picture and know where the market is heading. And every day show up and readjust your daily zones. Remember, we do not move the weekly zones, but we readjust the daily zones. You can get the synthetic indices solution so you know how to analyze the way relief trader do. So get that and get yourself knowledge. Okay, get that and get yourself knowledge. So looking at this market around here, I'm not going to lie, we could be looking at a huge retracement, but let's see how this 4 hour closes and how this daily closes, because structure is still to the downside. On the 4 hour, structure is still to the downside. Okay, and this is the daily zone above here. There's still a 4 hour zone here that we wouldn't neglect. Okay, there's a 4 hour zone here. I like turning my 4 hour zones to broken area, so let's do that. So I'm going to be waiting for this market to finish doing what it needs to do today. I'm going to be waiting for that, and after that I will start looking for entries once it align with structure. If you need the entry and exit strategy, okay, you already know how to analyze. You are good with analysis. You can get the relief entry and exit strategy so that you can be able to position yourself and get the best out of each swing, out of each trend in the market. Because if you see this market trend from all the way here to the downside, like I said, approximately 500 pips. I didn't catch it from the tip all the way to the low. I didn't, but I kept on milking it. I milk both the buys, I milk both the sell, because I understand structure. When it was buying, I milked it. When it's selling, I milk it. So get knowledge, get this thing, because you are not a bad trader. Okay, if you focus on the process, if you have a strategy that work, 9 out of 10, okay, whenever you place that trade, the market is just going to make you money. It's not because you place the trade to make money. No, everything you are doing before you place the trade, everything you have practiced, you have learned, it works. So get what works and be on the profitable side this week. Lastly is boom 1000. Okay, so for boom 500, as long as it keeps below this structure, okay, I'm going to be looking for sell entries. As long as it's below this structure, I'm going to be looking for sell entries on boom 500. With that being done and said, boom 500, we're looking for sell entry till it does otherwise. And lastly is boom 1000, this baby. Okay, boom 1000, it actually rejected off here, because if I'm to readjust this, it's rejected off here. Okay, and you can see the big rejection on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, everything is pointing down. Let's take a look at the monthly, because for the past previous 4 months before this retracement, this market has been selling. So this could just be a big retracement for it to continue selling. All right, so moving back to the daily time frame, let's mark out our zones. Okay, let's mark out the zones we'll be trading off. So this, I'm expecting it to come down. Okay, going to the next weekly area, but remember, we can just anticipate, but we need to look at what the market is telling us. Look at the current data for us to make our decision. Okay, this market sold from way up here. If I'm bringing out my fib, guys, if I'm bringing out my fib from this swing low to the swing high, we'll have this. Okay, but nevertheless, remember the weekly rejected, and also this is like the swing high that made this market get here. It got back there. So all we need to do, we need more more reasons for buy or reasons for sell. So I'm putting more reasons in place. You can also take note of this. If this market breaks, give us a structure below 17780, we can keep on selling. Okay, there's also this area here I wouldn't love to neglect. Okay, yeah, because when this market broke out from here, it sold massively. You can see how I'm not using just horizontal line, I'm using fib, using trend line, everything together to get a reason. Okay, before I start looking for entries and exit. This is just analysis for possible direction. I'm not getting my entries or exit now. All you have to do is after the market opens or before the market opens, you prep for your entry criterias. Okay, now here is kind of chubby. The 4 hour structure is lower, it's swing to the low side. So if the structure continues going down, like I said, I need a structure below 17780. Till it does that, I'm watching. Okay, for boom 1000, I'm watching because it could bounce off tomorrow, giving us a sweet engulfing to the upside, and I will start looking for buy entries because this market is aligning with my criteria. So if you want to get the criterias for entries and exits, get the relief entry and exit strategy. And that will be it for this week. Yeah, that will be it for this week. This is the market I'm looking at. If you have any questions, you can slide in my DM on Instagram, Telegram, or drop a comment here on YouTube and I will reply it personally. With that being done and said, I wish each and every one of you splendid